Hello, beloveds, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the Heart of Magdalene, Soul of Sophia weekly service. I am so glad to be with you here today. If you are new to this channel or new to this experience, I hold a weekly service on YouTube that honors the feminine face of God, the presence of females throughout theology, and allowing us to presence the feminine essence born into creation, into where we're going, where we are, and where we're going. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to you. If you're new, if you've been with me, if you are just coming back, please remember, hit the subscribe and like button and comment. It helps me out a lot as we grow so we can continue to do our work, bringing love and peace and joy to the world through the spoken word. So I'm grateful to be with you today. And before we get started, I have usually my sermons written out and what we're going to do and say. And I was reviewing what has been in place now for about a week. And I recognized I don't want to speak to that. Spirit was bubbling up in me and it felt flat and it felt redundant. And Spirit wants to take us in a different direction. So if you're joining me today, we're going on a ride to see what Spirit wishes to reveal through these words. It's contemplative. We speak the word, we have some time together, and we go into some practices just as you would a normal service. The only thing I don't have is some incredible music, but who knows? Maybe one day we'll work on that. So let's just take a moment and really settle into this time. And we're going to open with a prayer that centers and anchors in the intention for what I say, for your experience, and for the experience we all have when we leave here. So please just take a breath. Just take a breath. And I'm really guided to say in this moment, I am just 4 years out from a very significant near-death experience where I was hit by a very fast car on Thanksgiving night. And I really did get to experience it all. So when I'm praying, I'm connecting into the remembrance of that vibrational field because I've had the gift of sitting in the light since that accident. And I do know that heaven is available to us on earth as a vibratory state within. So I'm inviting you to consider that you have access to this too as we go into the prayer. And so, beloveds, we begin. And we take this breath and we allow the living light of God to move through us. We allow this light to become the presence of who we are. We allow this light to move into our essence. And we know that in our heart center is the living presence of God, of spirit, of the divine, of the infinite, of pure consciousness, of all that is that resides within our heart. We are one heart with all that is. And today, we recognize the gratitude we have for this infinite field of love, this infinite field of peace, this infinite field of opportunity to experience the abundance. We know that in this field of oneness is this holy wisdom that is seeking to move into us, through us, as us, and allow wisdom to be revealed as a direct realization of our interconnectedness with the the one power, the one love, the one source, the one presence, the all-loving, all-knowing presence of all that is. And we know and give thanks that during this time here on earth, that we have been called to rise into our fullest potential so that we may be the harbingers of love. We are the harbingers of peace. We are the harbingers of joy. And in our time together, we hold one another along the tender journey of spiritual growth, giving thanks for all who we will meet upon our journey. And so we call this service good, so very good, knowing that the words spoken here today, may they find the right people in the right ears and the right hearts and touch the spaces and places that are meant to be touched. And in today's service, we are going to talk about the silence inside that needs to occur so the new can be born. And I really liken that to the story of the birth of Christ. Right? If you've held a child in your womb, there's kind of like a blackout period towards the end where you're kind of anxious, you're ready for the birth, you don't know what it's going to look like, but then all of a sudden you just get quiet and you get ready for the birth. And that kind of speaks to why I felt called to not do the service I was going to do, because I truly wish to speak of this beautiful place of silence where we can create newly so spirit is born again within us. Now, that's such a beautiful place to be, because there comes a point when we have to know that what we have been doing no longer serves us. And so we need to seek something new. And this is true even in spiritual teachings and spiritual study, right? It's important to continue to grow. It's important to continue to expand. It's important to evolve. That's the only truth we know of this universe, that we must evolve. The universe evolves. It's never the same at any given moment. So why would my words, my service, my anything be the same? So this is a service for those of us who are ready to live from the inner silence, where God speaks without sound. Right? That's that innerness. We are the inner sanctuary. We are the temple. And I welcome you, beloveds. I welcome this opportunity to create together newly when spirit is born again within us. And we can do that moment to moment. We die unto ourselves over and over and over. And in our gathering today, let's explore a potential truth that many might overlook in search for spiritual growth. The new does not begin with effort. I don't have to go out and search for it. It begins with silence. And in that silence, I have to release the struggle as well, which means I need to put down anything that is giving me tension if I don't want to do it anymore, or that prayer is not working, or I don't feel connected to the devotional components and structures that I have in place. It is important that I get silent so I can hear the voice of God work through me to give me the direction I'm supposed to move in. That silence also creates a slowing. It creates a slowing down. This silence, this place, it creates a place inside of us where we can prepare ourselves to catch the voice of God and the instructions that we will be given, because they do come, even as subtle as they might sound. And I'll give some examples. We ready ourselves in the silence by not doing, so we are in position to move with excitement when we receive the next direction. And it is okay to do nothing while waiting, which sometimes could take months. I have to be honest. It doesn't mean just because I'm asking for it, I'm going to get it, or my nothing is just a day. It could be months, it could be years. But the key is that we're willing and we're ready and we're quiet. Because it is in that quietness, that's the feminine. It is in that quietness that the gestation of what is seeking to be born newly has an opportunity to take root, because I'm not moving to and fro in all kinds of spaces and places that don't really belong to me anymore. Not that they ever belonged to me, when there were spaces and places I found myself in. This is the place where creation renews itself in you. To create newly, I never have to be the same person I am right now again. I can choose to be, I'll never quite capture it though. It's in the devotion to the quiet. It's in the devotion to the unknowing and being, what's the word I'm looking for? And not needing to know. It is in that place where spirit becomes new again. There's something so beautiful about not having the answers. There's a freedom. There's actually a luxury, a breath in that. Like, I really don't know what to do here, God. I don't know what you want of me, because none of this is working and it doesn't fit. These clothes, they just don't fit anymore. And I don't know what you want from me. There's such a relief in that place. This is also where divine is able to meet you without the memory of yesteryear or yesterday. There's no expectation or story. There's just the quiet. Have you ever been out in nature and you don't hear trucks or cars or anything? You just hear what is around you. And even in the movement of the noise of nature, it still feels incredibly quiet. Unless you're in the South at night, those bugs are pretty loud. But the larger point being, even in that, there is a beautiful quiet. There's a settling. And when something moves past you, you can catch it. You can be with it. Because your whole body, your whole psyche is calm. It's moved. And so here at the heart of Magdalene, soul of Sophia, today, we are moving into that sanctuary of quiet, of contemplative quiet. And we don't even need to chase contemplation. We're in a state of allowing. We're in a state of being willing to be aware, but not chasing after finding awareness. This beautiful soul of Sophia, She who has been at the creation with since God. She's not a wisdom from books or a myth, but she is born of the wisdom inside of you. It is said in scriptures that she was poured into you, her wisdom. She is within you. Her whispers, her voice, her wisdom. Mm. And so listen to these words. Listen to these words being spoken, prayed over you. These beautiful words of wisdom. Infinite presence, holy stillness, the breath before all breaths. We open ourselves now to the silence that births creation. We surrender the old patterns, the old roles, the old responses, the old selves. We let spirit be born again and again within us. We let clarity move without force. We let peace rise without demand in us, and we let wisdom reveal what is already there and already true. We give thanks for what we will know through your embracing touch of our hearts and our souls. We give thanks for not listening for the words, but for the space that holds them within us. And we give thanks for you creating newly through the silence in our heart. So our beautiful buds are able to emerge in the likeness, in the image of you. Just be with that for a moment and allow this to settle in. Allow this teaching, allow this to settle in, not as a teaching, but as an embodiment, an enriched embodiment in your soul, where you know that the hands of God and the heart of God are touching within you and opening your heart so that you can continue to dance in the awe of the infinite, the awe of the ineffable, the wordless experience. See, creation does not begin with thinking. Creation requires emptiness. It requires a sacred pause. And it requires a receptive space. The quiet openness of a heart that is willing to hear something new. And there's a key word in here. Willingness. Willingness. Sometimes grace finds us when we are so unwilling, but somewhere we're willing. The old self, it desires to fill the silence. The awakened self desires the quiet so it can hear proper. Now, in my NDE and my near-death experience, the light, it didn't shout at me. The love didn't shout at me. It embraced me. It held me. I became one with it, which is the truth. The truth is that we are one with it. So my awareness was so open, available, and receptive that I had no choice but to embrace this light. It just wouldn't go away. It was so dang bright. It just simply was. I didn't have to chase it, and I still don't have to chase it. It's here. And in the silence, everything was alive. I could touch all that is. I was able to experience the entirety of the infinite presence, and I still have access to that when I remember to get still and be aware of it. It's a living intelligence, a presence so complete that nothing need be added, right? Jesus talked about that. We cannot add 1 cubic inch to our stature. We can't. It's not possible. It's already whole and complete. The universe already designed it. We play the perfect role. We just need to be ready to receive it. And so today, when you choose to create newly, you're not inviting anything. We're not going through an imagination process where we're using our imagination. We're allowing for something we didn't even know was possible. We're allowing. So it has the capacity to express itself through you without distortion, without fear, without history. And oftentimes, when we're in this state, what gets born in us is something we couldn't expect. Now, let me give you a little example about this. Recently, I went to a place for a whole other reason. I had a meeting at this particular place. And when I walked in, I went, oh, oh, yes, I needed to come to this meeting. That's great. But I needed to experience this because I need to show up in another capacity at this place. And I was guided, nudgingly quiet. And the reason I was at this meeting was I had something occurring, and it was a group that was there to help me. So I was receptive. I was receptive because I was open to God's help in any possible way. I really do love not knowing answers because in that, God's receptivity is real. And I ended up listening, and it was kind of like an inkling voice, just a quiet voice. It wasn't loud. I'm highly intuitive. This one wasn't loud. It was like, oh, you need to come back. But had I been busy trying to take care of things and do things and fix things, I wouldn't have listened to it because it is seemingly incongruent with what I think my path is. And so I went and I attended this experience, and I was super clear. This is my new home. And it's starting to unfold all of my next steps that, trust me, I would not have picked. I didn't, these are just God's directions that are so left field, but they are so perfectly aligned. But I never would have thought they would be aligned. So the point here is in the feminine face of God, not an image, not a woman, but just the feminine aspects of allowance. The spaciousness receives revelation. I was spacious. I was able to hear. I caught it. I took action and found this budding seed that I believe is not changing course. It's probably always the course I was meant to be on. I just didn't have access to this phase and this direction yet. That's really big, right? The spaciousness that receives revelation. Now, wisdom, she's quiet. She's quiet. And she reveals her wisdom to those who are ready to receive it and embody it. There's the capacity to have a direct knowing, and we can know something, but do you have the wisdom to carry it out? Do you have the wisdom to allow it to become the essence and the embodiment of who you are? Do you have the wisdom and the grit and the strength to follow the spaces and the places that wisdom wants you to walk once you receive this revelation? So Sophia teaches, wisdom teaches through silence. Magdalene listened devotedly before she acted, before she received the messages. She was available. And she rested before she rose. And creation, it moves through us. It moves through the ones who have learned. It moves through our awareness. Creation moves through everybody. But it moves through the ones who have learned to become empty enough to be filled with spirit again. That's when it can work on our behalf with velocity, right? I'm allowing spirit to move my direction in life. Now, trust me, that is very uncomfortable when I have some burning questions and needs. But God has a plan. And I'm walking the unfoldment. It's kind of like Dorothy in the Yellow Brick Road. I am just walking in faith and collecting what I need to collect along the way to get to the Wizard of Oz called God. Like walk in the land of God. Walk in the land of God. Be still and know that I am. That just hit me so loud. Be still and know that I am. And it's in the stillness that Jesus talks about that peace. We must be still to allow that peace, to allow the heaven of God within us to reveal itself. So our practice today is to let go of what you think you know long enough for God to show you what is real. Think about that. You don't need to know anything. We get to allow our knowingness to be turned upside down, and there's so much liberation in that. I don't have to have attachment to anything that I knew because I'm not the same person. I might not need those tools. Let go of what you think you know long enough for God to show you what is real and what is next. That's huge. That is huge. So, beloveds, I'm going to invite you into a practice here for a moment. So just get comfortable. Get comfortable. And I'm going to invite you to place your hand over your heart. This is the place of the holy dwelling place. This is the place of all that is. This is the interconnected point. My heart connects to the divine heart, the cosmic heart, the one heart. This is where the light enters and allows me to feel the holy presence, the Holy Spirit. So place your hand on your heart, becoming aware of the one breath that rises and falls. And just breathe your normal breath. And now turn your awareness to your heart, understanding that your heart is a wide open sky, a luminous portal to heaven. This light, this holy light. This is not the light of the humans that we see with our eyes. This is the light of all that is. It's funny, I see all the angels around right now. They've come to gather with us. They're singing. They're singing right now. It's so beautiful. So here we are in our time together, allowing this light. And in the light, there is no space for thought. Just let go. Let go and allow. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to interpret. Feel the spaciousness. Now ask very quietly, Spirit, what wishes to be born through me now? And just notice what you notice. Now, if you don't hear anything, that's okay too. Don't search for the answer. Don't reach for meaning. Just let the silence respond. It might respond tomorrow or 48 hours from now. But the universe heard you when you asked what wishes to be born through me now. And it has no choice but to respond. You'll get a sense. You'll know. And however it is you receive messages, you will know. This is creation. It has no uniformity. It occurs like a flash out of nowhere. So I'm so grateful for this journey that we took together today, because I really didn't want to talk about what I was going to talk about again. It just felt so redundant. And I myself am seeking to be born anew again, to be born with the Christed energies within me, to be born with the love within me. This is creation. And I allow Spirit to be born again within me. I create from silence, from clarity, and from truth. Mm. So as we prepare to end our time together, allow yourself to lean into that beautiful silence, that subliminal place that you and God reside together in holy union. For you are God and God is you. I am that I am. And we'll pray a prayer of receptivity together as we close out. Holy stillness, speak through the open space of my being. Where I cling, loosen me. Where I resist, soften me. Where I fear, remind me. Where I hurry, slow me. Where I forget, awaken me. And please, dearest love, let me remember that every moment is an invitation to create newly with you, in divine harmonic union with you, holy union with you, divine with God. Let nothing within me grow stale or hardened or habitual. Let my life be a continuous unfolding of your never-ending creation. Amen, Amen, Aho, Ashe, Shalom, Namaste. So my closing departing words for you, beloved. As you step back into your day, remember this truth. Creation happens now, always now, right now, right now, right now. Never from who you were, only from who you are right here, right now, which is the essence of your becoming. Throughout the next few days, return to the silence often. Don't till, don't look, don't seek, with the intention of nothingness. And let spirit rise within you without forcing it. Let your next steps come from the clarity of liberated non-movement. Don't come from pressure or expectation. And when you feel it arise in you, it's not bad if it arises you. Simply thank it and return to the silence. You are not here to recreate the past. You are here to reveal what has never been seen before in your awareness. This is creating newly. This is awakening. This is the soul of Sophia moving through you. Magdalene in action. So go in peace, beloveds, and let spirit be born again in everything you touch, over and over and over.